What is going on, you guys? And welcome back to another edition of the podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about leg day and my time back in the gym after taking a 2-week break. And so today was my leg day, and it was a rather good leg day, to be honest with you. I've been reluctant to get back in the swing of recording a lot of my lifts and just keeping my camera in the camera bag more often than not this time around. I feel that my focus is more honed in on the lifting at hand and making just that continued progress each week. So with that being said, it's of no, I guess, surprise that in some of my DMs and in some of my comments, people are curious as to where I've been. And the truth is I've been in the gym. I'm still getting it in. However, I'm not engaging in recording my lifts anymore. Sorry, I need to tone this volume down just a little bit. It's a little too sensitive on the microphone, but yeah, I've not been recording my lifts as frequently as I used to, and I don't really see the issue with that. I find that I've actually got a lot more time in the gym. I complete my workout just a little bit faster than before. I find that I have a little bit more time for an additional exercise. So today, for example, I incorporated lunges to finish out my workout, and all in all, it's been pretty good to just focus on the task at hand and not have to think about camera angles and posts and things of that nature. But one of the newest additions to the gym, it had been there for the past couple of days that I had gone to the gym. I thought it was somebody's personal bar that they had brought in, or maybe it was a bar that belonged to a trainer who trains clients at this gym. But there was a new Rogue safety bar for squatting, and I have never used a safety bar before. There's another gym in the local area that has a safety bar. However, I never really, I guess, mustered up the courage to step into the I guess the squatting position with that safety bar. So seeing this one, I asked another gym member and I said, "Hey man, is this bar like a public bar? I mean, or does this belong to somebody? Because I wouldn't want to use it and then come to find out someone comes out of the locker room and says, 'Hey, that's not yours, that's mine.'" So, I mean, he assured me that, yeah, it was a new piece of gym equipment, and so I threw it on the rack. The bar is a Rogue safety bar. It was matte black, and it had the padding on the shoulders as well as on across the back, printed with the Rogue Fitness logo, and made in the United States of America, or made in USA. So the bar itself, I believe, weighs 75 pounds, so a little heavier than just a regular or your standard barbell. Standard barbells, for those of you who don't know, usually are 45 pounds. And so this one being 75, I just threw 45-pound plates on either side and just kind of worked with that. I've never squatted with a safety bar before, so I didn't want to, I guess, bite off more than I could chew. And excuse me, I don't know what that was, but much to my surprise, it was actually really, really good. Like, it felt really good to squat that. There was very minimal pressure on my back. Not that there should be when you're back squatting if you have proper form, but I felt like there was much less intra-abdominal stress. I'm used to engaging my core and keeping tight, and I felt that with this bar's position, it wasn't really as necessary. A lot of the weight was distributed evenly over my center of travel, I guess you can say, and just the movement in itself felt very natural and very smooth. The padding was a little bit too chunky for my taste. I'm used to that raw bar, so I don't know if a safety bar with just raw steel would feel uncomfortable, but the pads, maybe with a little bit more wear and tear and breaking in, will probably feel a lot more comfortable for me. But with new padding, it was definitely too much for my taste. After that, I moved into my leg press and just a lot of the other traditional leg day movements. Single leg press with 3 45-pound plates on either side, a 10 and a 5. So slowly making my way up to a total of 4 45-pound plates on either side. That in itself will reach a diminishing return. I'm sure. I don't think that I'll be that guy who's single leg pressing 6 plates on either side. That would be ridiculously heavy. However, one of the things that I try to keep in mind whenever leg pressing and single leg pressing more so is my knee travel. I want to make sure that my knees stay tracking over my toes or in line with my feet. I don't want my knees to cave in or jet too far out, because even on a leg press, you're really locked in position and you can really crank down on your knees. And that's the last thing that I want to do, is put myself in a position to potentially injure myself or my knees. It's one of the things that I have to ensure I maintain healthy knees or healthy knee joints, so that I can continue on the road to being a healthy and a fit dad. Then I did do some calf raises. I did do some calf raises, and I don't necessarily focus on making progress with calf raising. I think that just high rep is going to do the trick. My calves, I feel, have become a lot more developed than ever before, because I would never do calf raises. Like I just ignored them 100%. And now that I've incorporated them, I actually do them twice a week. I call it my intermission workout. Whenever doing a heavy set of squats or heavy deadlifting and I need that extra little break to catch my breath, I'll usually make my way over to the seated calf raises and just do 3 sets of 15 or even 4 sets, depending on how much time I need to recover from that heavy lifting session. So I did incorporate that, and then I went out and I did my standard quad extensions, and that there's really nothing to write home about. It's just a quad extension, still making progress on that. And then finished up my workout with some dumbbell lunges, which I'm actually getting a lot faster at doing dumbbell lunges. Before I felt that I was getting exhausted like relatively quickly when doing dumbbell lunges. However, this morning, I don't know if maybe it was just from taking that time off from the gym or whatever it may be, but I just felt that I had that energy to engage in some lunges and do it at a pretty good cadence. I had a pretty good pace about me when doing it. So that all in itself was really motivating to finish on that high note. And then just made my way to do some cardio, 30 minutes on the stairs, nothing new. And yeah, just checked my social media, checked a couple YouTube videos in that time. The gym that I go to, due to all the crazy weather that we've been having lately, we had some pretty intense rainfall. The roof actually caved in at this facility. So there's huge portions of the gym that are out of commission. There's a HIIT training room. For those of you who don't know, that's high intensity interval training. There's kind of like a jungle gym setup for pull-ups and whatnot. And then there's there's a speed bag, there's 2 punching bags, and then there's like a boxing circuit thing and a large rope. So you can do like rope stuff. And yeah, that room completely flooded or soaked. So they've sort of plasticed off the doorway, and there's fans in there still, hoping to dry everything that had gotten wet. Because one of the things that we're still in the rainy season, there's still a lot of moisture in the air. One of the things that they don't want is for mold to develop. That can be a much more costly expense that who knows, maybe insurance won't cover after the fact. So I'm sure that'll cover the damage, but if mold becomes an issue, then well, maybe that's something new and it won't be covered. So they're definitely trying to do their best in that regard. Also, the movie room, the cinema room, that room was just totally done. If the roof caved in, I'm sure that the projector is probably sayonara as well. That was hanging and actually mounted to the roof. So the entryway of the foyer, I believe there was some minor water damage there. And there was a water massage room that also took a hit. And then some cardio equipment off in the corner in the front of the gym where people can see in through the windows from the outside. Wow. That also took a hit. So that that space is also out of commission. Fortunately for myself, the weight room was unaffected. So I'm still able to get my lifts in. Hopefully they're able to get the facility fixed and repaired and back on its way towards some sense of normalcy, because as business owners, I'm sure they're definitely feeling it right now, and hopefully they can get back on track. So that was a little bit of a fitness update for you guys, what I've had going on lately. I'm back in my regular podcasting area. I'm still working on the new podcasting studio. I've actually gone out and got some estimates on materials, building materials to sort of get the walls finished, and doing some design work on potential desk and whether or not I want like a podcasting setup for guests to come over, or if I'm just going to have guests on via the phone. All of this is still a work in progress and to be determined, and we'll see how the progress continues to go. But until then, and until next time, you guys, I want to thank you for your continued support and continuing to listen to these podcasts. And for those of you who make it to the end, thank you very much. And as always, till next time, see ya.